If you are using Elementor Theme Builder to build your WordPress blog, then in this video I will show you how you can design some unique blog skin role to create some amazing looking blog archive pages using the Plus add-ons for Elementor. So we will be able to create a blog role or a blog archive page like this. And after that, we will take this design to the next level by adding some custom fields to make it look more dynamic. So if you want to learn how you can design your very own custom blog loop skin to design some amazing looking archive pages, then hop in and I'll show you everything step by step. My name is Ankit Sharma from the team Myth, and if you want to learn more about the amazing Plus add-ons for Elementor, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload our next video. Now if you are using Elementor Pro to create your blog archive pages, then you know that we only have two main options. One is using the classic skin or using the cards skin. And both of them are very limited in the features they provide. Along with that, you need Elementor Pro to create this kind of blog archive or blog role anywhere on your WordPress website. So here, let me show you the case number 1, where you don't have to use Elementor Pro and you can still design these blog roles and even make a custom skin for your blog role. So for that, we will be using Plus add-ons for Elementor Free as well as the Pro version, because we will be creating this custom skin using the dynamic listing widget in the Plus add-ons for Elementor. So in this first case, we will not use Elementor Pro to design our custom loop skin for our blog roles. Right now in this setup, we are using Nexter WP theme, but for this case 1, you can use any WordPress theme as you like. So now we first need to enable few widgets in the Plus add-ons settings. So here in the Plus settings, we will go in the Plus widgets, and here we will search for dynamic. So this is the dynamic listing widget, so we need to turn that on. Along with that, we will search for post. So we need post title. We also need post feature image. We need post meta. So once we turn all these widgets, let's go ahead and click on save. And now we will go to templates and then click on save templates. So here we will create an Elementor section and we will use that to build our custom blog role skin. So let's go ahead and click on add new and we will choose section here. Now we already have Elementor Pro installed on this setup. That's why we are able to see header, footer and other design template option. But if you are using Elementor free version, you will still see the section option here. So we select the template type as section and then we will name it something like recipe loop because we are building a recipe blog here. So let's create this template, and these are the predefined templates from Elementor. So we are not going to use any one of them. So let's close this box. And now we are in the Elementor editor. So here we can design anything as we like to create our blog role skin. So let's start by adding a new section. We will choose a single column layout. And first, let's go ahead and add the feature image. So this is the post featured image, and if you see the TP on the top, it means that this widget is from the Plus add-on. So let's go ahead and add this widget here. So right now we do not see anything as preview. So let's go ahead and assign a post which we can use as a preview. So we go in this setting option here at the bottom corner, and here we have the preview settings. And we can select, and here we can select single post, and here we can search for any blog post that we want to use as a preview. So let's say we select this one and then apply and preview. So now we have the feature image loaded from our blog post. So with this, we will be able to see what we are building. So after adding the feature image, let's go ahead and add our post title. So here we have the post title widget. So let's go ahead and drop it here. Now let's go ahead and add some meta information. So we will search for meta, and here is the post meta widget. Let's drop it below this title. and here we got all the meta information about this blog post. So here is the option where you can remove or add meta information. So let's say we don't want to see comments here, we can remove this from here, and now it's gone. And if in case you want to add new item, all you have to do is just click on add item, and here we can select whatever meta information we want to add. For example, if we select taxonomy, so here we already have the category as taxonomy added here, but instead of category, we can also add post tags. So if you have added post tags, then they will be visible here. So right now in this blog post, there is no tag. So that's why it's showing blank. And so instead of taxonomy, we can go ahead and choose comments. So the comments will be back again. And after that, we have the basic alignment option. So we can align them to left, center, or right. So we will prefer left for this one. And after that, if we move to the style tab, and like any Elementor widget, you can do all the styling stuff for various meta information from here. So here we can assign the label color. So maybe we can choose a little bit of light gray, and in the same way we can choose the color for the values, and we can also change the typography. So let's say we choose 15 pixel for the label and 15 pixel for the values. So this is how it will look. And in the same way, we can play around with the styling of all these meta details. For example, like in post taxonomies, if we click on that, here we see that it says in as a pretext, and then it shows the categories. So instead of just showing in, we can use a text like posted in. After that, we can add a column, and after that we have option for taxonomy limit. So like here, right now we see 3 categories, but we can change that to 1. So now you see only 1 category or taxonomy is visible. And in the same way, if we select the post author, here we have the prefix text which says by, and below that we also have an option for icon. So if we select icon 1, this will be the icon visible below the author name, or even you can choose the avatar image. So if the avatar image is available for the author, it will be visible here. So if we click on update, so let's say we choose this basic design as our blog's role skin, and now we can use this to design our complete blog role. So as in this case 1, we are only using the free version of Elementor. So in order to add any blog role or to create any blog archive page, we can only create that on a particular page. So let's say on your blog, you want to list all your recipes on the recipe page. So let's go ahead and edit this with Elementor. And here, let's go ahead and add a new section. We will choose a single column layout. And for this section, let's go ahead and add a little bit of margin. So we will add 100 pixel from top and 100 pixel from bottom. And now we will search for dynamic. So we will be using this dynamic listing widget. So let's go ahead and drop it here. So this is the default look of dynamic listing. So it's loading all the blog posts here. And here in the first option, we need to select normal page because we are using a single page to show all our blog roles as an archive page. So right now we will choose the normal page, but in the next case, I will show you where and how you can use the archive page. So as for this example, let's stick with normal page. And after that, we have an option for post types. So right now the default selection is posts, that is the blog posts. And we can do the same for our pages and landing pages. But in this case, we will only choose the posts. After that, we have style option. So here we have few ready-made styles. So we can choose any one of them and customize as per our requirement. Even if you do not create a custom skin, you can still use the dynamic listing widget without Elementor Pro to create this blog role page. So now in the style, we will choose custom skin. And here we get an option to select the template. And this is the template that we have just created, recipe loop, which is coming from a section template. So once our template or custom skin is loaded, we can now go down in the column manager. And here for the desktop, we can choose 2 column layout. Same for the tablet. And for the mobile, we will choose one column layout. So right now it looks a little bit messy because there is a lot of meta information showing here. And if we come back in our skin design here, if we click on this meta information, let's go ahead and remove the comments, and maybe we can get rid of date. So we will only have the category as well as the author. Let's click on update and let's refresh this page again. And now we have a little bit of clear design. Now here, if you notice that all these blog posts are showing in the same category, but in reality they are of course not in the same category. So let me go back in the skin design and fix this. So here in our skin design, if we go in this meta information category, here we have selected category to show all, but if we choose current post, so it will only show the parent category of this blog post. So now you see that all the blog post is showing properly from their parent category. So by using all these widgets from the Plus add-ons, you can create any kind of design for your loop skin, and with that custom skin, you can create your own blog role layout. So now let's talk about the case number 2. Where you still do not have Elementor Pro, but you have the agency bundle from Nexter WP theme. Now with that, you will be able to design the actual archive pages, that is the category pages for your blog, and there we can choose the custom skin that we have just designed. So I'll be using this template for my custom loop skin, and then we will design the category page which will look something like this. So now in our theme section, we still have Nexter theme, and the addition we did in our plugin section is we added the Nexter extension free as well as Nexter extension pro version. With that, we now got a new option here. It says Nexter Builder, and with this we will be able to design the archive or the category pages for this blog. So now we have changed the design of our loop skin. We still have the feature image, we have the title, as well as we did some customization in the meta information here. So we are not showing author, we are just showing the date as well as the category where the blog is posted in. So by just using all the widgets available, you can come up with your own skin design. So now we will choose this skin design and then create all the archive and category pages for this blog. And again, we are not going to use Elementor Pro, we will be using the Nexter Builder. So right now our default archive or category page looks something like this. So now we will replace this archive layout using the custom skin that we have just created. So in this second case, we are using Nexter Builder. So we go to the Nexter Builder option here. And as of now, we do not have any template here. So let's go ahead and add one, and we will name it as Recipe Archive. And in the setting option here, we choose Pages, and then we will select Archive. And after that, we have conditions where we want to include this design. So we will choose all archives. So all the archive pages of this blog will carry the same design. And for the preview, we will choose a post. So here we will select post from category. And let's say we choose this from category dinner. So now let's go here and we will save this draft. And now we will edit this template using Elementor. And here we are back in the Elementor editor. So let's go ahead and start with adding a section. And in the advance, we will add a little bit of margin from top and bottom. And now let's once again search for dynamic listing. We will drop the widget here. And now instead of normal page, we will choose archive page. And the reason is same because we are designing this layout for the archive pages using Nexter Builder. And in the post type, we will leave it as posts. And in the style, we will again go to custom skin and then choose our skin here, which we have just designed. And after that, we will choose the column manager. For the desktop, we will choose 2 column. For the tablet, again 2 column. And for mobile, we will choose single column layout. And now let's click on publish. And now let's refresh this category page. So here we have the brand new look for our archive page using the custom skin that we have designed. And if we open any other category, the same design is reflecting there as well. Now here in this skin, you see that the title is very long, and there might be a situation in your design where you cannot show a very long title. So in order to reduce the number of characters in the title here, you can just click on this title, and then here in the extra options, you can limit the length of this title. So here we have no limit set, which means that the title will be visible as it is. But if we set the limit by letters or words, you can easily reduce the width as you like. So right now, if we set the limit based on words, we can now select maybe just 5 words. So now the title is shortened to 5 words, and after that we will only see these 3 dots. So this is how you can reduce the length of the titles if you have very long titles in your blog post. Now let's talk about the case number 3, where you are using Elementor Pro version and you are not using the Nexter builder or the Nexter theme. So in that case, we will be using Elementor Pro to design the category or the archive pages for this blog. So first of all, let me just go ahead and remove this template that we have just created for Nexter builder. And now, no matter what WordPress theme you are using, you can still create your custom skins for your blog roles and then create the archive or the category pages for your blog. So after removing our template that we have just built using the Nexter builder, we are now back with the native design. So now let's go ahead and create the same archive page using Elementor Pro. And once again, we will be using the same skin design. So here in our backend, we go to templates and then click on theme builder. And from here, we select the archive section and then click on add new. So these are the basic ready-made templates from Elementor Pro. So we are not going to use any one of them. Let's close this and let's start by adding a new section. We will choose a single column layout, and once again, let's add a little bit of margin from top and bottom. And now we will search for dynamic listing widget. So here's the widget. Let's add it here. And once again, we will not choose normal page. We will choose archive page because we are building a template for the archive or the category pages for this blog. And once again, the post type will be posts, and style we will choose custom skin. And after that, we will choose the skin template that we have just designed. And if we go down in the column manager, here for the desktop, we will choose 2 column, and same for the tablet. And for the mobile, we will choose 1 column layout. So once again, we have loaded the same skin design. Let's go ahead and click on publish. And in Elementor Pro, as we know, we need to add condition. So we will add the condition for where we want to add this archive design. So we will choose this design for all the archive pages. So now let's go ahead and save and close. So right now, this is the native theme archive page design. Now let's go ahead and refresh this. So while using Elementor Pro, we have designed our archive or category pages, and we have not used the native Elementor Pro blog design. We have used our own custom skin design. And now it's time to take our design to the next level by adding custom fields in our blog role design. So we will be adding these custom fields in our blog role skin, and then we will use the dynamic listing widget to create this custom blog role design. So for that, we need to add a new plugin. So we will search for ACF. So this is the advanced custom field plugin we need to install. So let's go ahead and click on install now, and then click on activate. So now we have the advanced custom fields plugin installed. So in this case, we are going to use Elementor Pro, and we will be just adding the custom fields on our skin design that we have already created. So for that, we need to add some custom fields. So we will go in the custom fields section here. And right now we don't have any custom fields added. So let's go ahead and click on add new. And let's name it recipe add-ons. So the first field we want to add is, let's name it levels, and we want to make it as a select box so that we have the predefined text which we can select. So the user from the backend don't have to type every time. So in the choices section, we will add these three choices. So from the backend, when we are adding the blog post, we will be selecting the recipe level as beginner, intermediate or expert, and we can leave rest of the details as it is. And after that, let's add another field. This one will be labeled as duration, and this field type will be a number. So the user from the backend only enter minutes in form of number. And here in the prepend or append section, you can add any text, so it will be visible in the backend. So here we will add minutes. So the user from the backend will know that here we need to enter minutes only, or you can add some instructions here to guide the user in a better way. After that, we will add one more field and we will name it as stars. And again, this will be a number. Maybe we can type in instruction here. So enter star ratings for recipe. This will be visible in the backend, and location for these custom fields will be in the post type equals to post. So we want to show these custom fields in the normal blog posts. So once all that is done, let's go ahead and click on publish. So all the custom fields are added. So let's go back in our blog posts, and we need to open each blog post and then assign value for all these posts. So let me open this first one, and here we see the recipe add-ons, the custom field that we have just added. So right now we have to enter all the values for these custom fields, and we need to do the same for all the blog posts in our blog. So let me just go ahead and update this blog post, and then I will quickly go ahead and add this detail for rest of the blog posts. So now we have assigned the values for the custom fields in all the blog posts. And once that is done, we now go back in our custom skin design, and there we will add some custom fields. So this is the skin design that we have just used. So we will be adding custom fields in this skin design. So here, let me just get rid of this date from here. So now we are left with posted in, and here is the category. And now let's go ahead and add a background color. So we will use this same green shade. So let's click on this section. If we go in the style, in the background type color, we have the color code here. Let's copy this from here and select the post meta widget again. We go to advanced, and here in the background option, we paste the color code and we will make it full opacity. And right now it's looking a little bit huge, so let's fix that. And here in the positioning, we will select width as inline auto. And if we come back in the advanced on the top, we have option to add padding. So we will add a little bit of padding from right and a little bit from left. You can go ahead and play around with border as well. So maybe we select border as none and radius maybe 5 pixel from all around. And now we come back in position and we select it as absolute. So now we can just drag and drop it anywhere on this skin design. So let's keep it here, and let me just go ahead and update the colors. We go in style, and here in the meta information, the label color will be a little bit gray, and the value we will keep it as pure white. So now it's getting highlighted here. After that, below this we will add all our custom fields. So let's go ahead and add a new inner section. We will drop it here, and now in these two columns we can add our custom fields. So as we see in our reference design, on the left hand side we have the duration and the level, and on the right hand side we have the star rating. So here on the left hand side, let's go ahead and add icon list widget. So this is from Elementor. So we'll drop it here, and the layout will be inline, and we only need 2 icon list. So we will remove the third one, and from the first one we will first update the icon. Let's choose a clock icon here. Let's insert it, and instead of this static text, we need to add the dynamic text which will be coming from our custom fields. So for that we need to click on this database icon here which says dynamic tags. So once we click here, we get a lot of options, and here at the bottom we have ACF fields. So once we have selected ACF fields, we now need to click on this again, and this time we see the settings. First option is key, And here we see the list of all the custom fields that we have just added. So from here we select duration. Now you see that the 30-minute duration is added here. So depending upon what value you have added in the back end of the post, it will be visible here. After this 30 number, we want to add minutes as well. So we go in advance, and here we have option for adding text before, after. So we will enter a space and then type in minutes. So now we have the icon, the value from the custom fields, and after that we have a fixed text as minutes. Once that is done, we will do the same thing with the icon list number 2. So let's select this, change the icon maybe to signal. So you can go ahead and select any icon as per your design. Let's insert this, and again we will choose the dynamic tag, custom fields, and this time we will choose the key as level. It will show the value that we have selected for this blog post in the back end. So in the back end, we must have selected beginners for this blog post. So now we are done with the left hand side. Now let's go ahead and add star rating on the right hand side. For that, we will search for a widget called star rating. Let's drop it on the right hand side, and we will align it to right. And here we have an option to choose number of stars. So once again, we will choose the dynamic tag from here. We will choose ACF number fields. Let's click on this again. In the key value, we will select star. So let's go ahead and click on update. And this is how it looks in the front end. And so here in the top, we have the category, and below that we have the title, which is not showing the full title. We have already limited the number of words. So that's why we see these 3 dots here. And after that we have our custom fields, and if we select any of these categories, the same design is visible here as well. Now if we come back in our archive page template, here we have an interesting option of multiple loops. So right now we have selected custom skin, and here we have selected a template which is designing our blog role here. But you can choose a multiple loop option. So if we turn that on, you get an option to select multiple templates which will be visible along with our custom skin. So right now our main template is selected as recipe loop. We can go ahead and select one more template which might look different from this skin design. So we can create another template which we can select from here, and along with our main custom skin, we have option to select multiple different skin to create our final blog role. So for example, this was our custom skin that we have just designed. Now let's say we create a new skin. So for this example, let's go ahead and drop it maybe to bottom right corner, and in the background, let's say we change the color. So instead of green, let's say we add a dark version of orange, and let me just copy the color code, and let's change the color for this one as well. If we go in style, let's paste the color code. Let's reduce the opacity. So now we have 2 skin designs. One is recipe loop, where we have this green color scheme, and after that we have this recipe loop pro, just to give it a name, and here we have the orange color scheme. So let's go ahead and publish this skin as well, and let me refresh this page so that we can load the custom skin that we have just created. So let me just turn the multiple loops on. So right now we have our custom skin. So as a template, we have selected the recipe loop, which is this one, the green color scheme. And now when we turn the multiple loops on, here in the loop template, we have the new template added here, recipe loop pro. If we select that, now you see with the green color template, we have the orange one as well. And in the same way, you can create a third template and then link it here. So let's go ahead and update this and see how it looks in the front end. So right now we have these 2 blog posts in dinner category. Let's refresh this page. So here, by using the two different skin templates, we have the green as well as the orange scheme showing in the same category. So this is how you can merge different designs in one single archive loop. So this is how you can create custom skin designs for your blog, archive and category pages. And not just for blog, you can create the custom skin for your maybe custom posts and even for your WooCommerce products as well. We will cover that in a separate video, and once that is published, we will add that in the I button above and in the video description below. So make sure you go ahead and check those videos as well. And if you want to learn more about the amazing features of Plus add-ons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload our next video. So that's it for this one, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.